If you're frustrated in your home search, you're not alone. Today, we're breaking down the top 10 frustrations that buyers face when trying to purchase a home in Hawaii, especially on Oahu. And whether you're a first-time buyer or moving to a new home, we'll give you solutions to tackle these common obstacles so you can make the best decision for your family and make your move as smooth and stress-free as possible. I'm Chris Shomo, real estate agent and owner and founder of Home Sweet Home Hawaii Real Estate, brokered by eXp Realty. Hey, if this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Hawaii, go ahead and subscribe below and also tap the bell for notifications so you can be first to know about the market trends, the current market here in Hawaii. From high prices to bidding wars, we've got you covered. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to be sharing some expert tips that could help you save time and money in the process. All right, let's get to it. Let's start with the number one biggest challenge, Hawaii's real estate prices. As of 2024, the median price of single-family homes on Oahu is hovering around over $1 million. So that's typically about for a smaller 1,800 square foot home. Now, if you use that cost per square foot to compare to where you live now, like, hey, Chris, I can get a nice big 3,500 square foot house in Texas on a couple acres for under 400K. Well, if you divide 400,000 by 3,500 square feet, so $600 per square foot in a house in Hawaii makes the Aloha State one of the most expensive real estate markets in the US. The solution? There are a lot of different things that people do to deal with the high cost of homes here. Now, one of those is buying an ohana house, which is the Hawaii version of a duplex. It's split between the upper and lower level, and usually the owner lives on one level and rents out the other level. Or they'll have a single family house and a separate detached cottage, what we call an ADU, an accessory dwelling unit, that they can rent out to really pay down the mortgage payments. But duplexes can be common in certain neighborhoods. One neighborhood my family and I used to live in years ago, almost every other home in our little pocket of houses was an ohana house. Now, another solution has to do with the location, of course. So you've probably heard the expression, what are the three things that determine the price of a house? Location, 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 right? Location is huge. So if you understand the traffic patterns, right, that are pertinent to the location of your job, you can consider neighborhoods that can give you best of both worlds. Now, if you work from home, that's even better. Then it just comes down to personal and family needs or your wants. It's also key to figure out your financing in advance so you're buying within your means and comfort zone. Hawaii has a very high cost of living compared to most parts of the US, and you don't want to be house rich and cash poor. So get pre-approved for a mortgage early. Knowing exactly how much you can afford will save you time by narrowing down your options. Now, there are often creative financing options that can make it possible, like an option that allows for lower down payment or more flexible qualification criteria, or owner financing or assumable loans. Now, some of these strategies can lower your interest payment as much as in half, so that's obviously very significant. And if you're willing to be patient, you might find better deals in older emerging neighborhoods where prices haven't skyrocketed yet. Also, you might want to consider townhomes or condos instead of single family homes. And there are a lot of single level condominiums and townhomes as well to give it the feel of a single family house. These options can be more affordable while still giving you the chance to own a piece of paradise. But of course, keep in mind HOA, homeowners association, and maintenance fees when buying a condo or townhome. And even some single family homes and some homes located in planned urban developments have these maintenance fees as well. Now, going back to knowing exactly how much you can afford, it really comes down to a customized solution, and a realtor and a lender and even your financial planner are going to be your best friends for that. And there is a lot you can do with the help of a real estate agent and the loan professionals that won't cost you anything, and you can figure out if buying a house is within your reach. Now, using a realtor who thoroughly understands the island is going to be able to narrow things down for you quickly and save you a lot of time with a path forward. And often the realtor can direct you to lenders who have the best loan programs and rates available. So next up, we have the competitive market. Most of Oahu is a seller's market, meaning the seller of the home has the upper hand. So it's no secret that homes on Oahu don't stay on the market for very long, especially in the popular neighborhoods. So bidding wars are common and even happen in a down market. So be prepared for that. The solution: to stand out in a bidding war, you need to make a very competitive offer. Now, this is where choosing a seasoned real estate agent who knows the market well and has strong negotiation skills is critical. There are a lot of powerful strategies that can be used in these negotiations, and they have to be customized for every single situation, both for the property itself as well as the transaction, accommodation of the seller's wants and needs, and even comes down to the way the communication is handled between the real estate agents. Now, I'm not going to give away my trade secrets in this video and make them public, but if you're a buyer or investor looking to purchase, feel free to reach out to me directly to learn about our 25+ techniques and strategies to make you stand out and be the winning offer. Now, moving on, a good realtor will help prepare you to be able to move quickly when the right home comes along. Being pre-approved for financing obviously is very crucial here. It shows the sellers you're serious. Now, I would also add to that having your lender provide a proof of funds letter to accompany your pre-approval letter when submitting your offer. And there are other steps that need to be done before you're ready to make an offer. Again, we won't go through them in this video, but reach out to me if you have questions. Also, sometimes it can be helpful to write a personal letter to the seller, which is just one of the many strategies. You have to be careful here as it could be crossing the line of fair housing laws, but done correctly and above board, sometimes a human touch can make all the difference. Other times, the seller just doesn't care about this and they're more interested in their net profit. The third frustration on our list is the limited inventory of available homes. One of the toughest things about buying a home in Hawaii can be the limited inventory. So you might find that the number of homes available in your budget is much smaller compared to mainland markets. And the style of home you like might not exist in Hawaii. So you'll never find homes with old stone fireplaces in them or basements where you can have a man cave. So let me tell you something that happened recently. A couple of days ago, a client sent me a home on the mainland that they liked a lot, and they were hoping to find something similar here on Oahu. It was a beautiful home, very unique, but the problem is that there is just not that type of house here on Oahu. So this family will likely look around at the styles of homes here and choose from the styles and inventory that's already available. Or if they want to spend the money, they'll likely find the right piece of land in an area that they really love and build a brand new home, or find a total fixer-upper and just rebuild from scratch. And that's one of the solutions. To get ahead, stay flexible with your criteria, be open to different neighborhoods or even types of homes, and even condominiums or townhomes, like I mentioned earlier, that kind of look like or have the feel of single-family homes. Additionally, it can help to expand your search radius areas, right? That might be further away for your first choice neighborhoods and still offer great value and potential for you. And here's a pro tip. Keep an eye on new developments like Ho'opili or Koa Ridge, which are offering more options for families as they expand. Now, signing up for alerts, listing alerts, or working with a realtor who has early access to listings can help you grab a home before it's widely available. Now, the next frustration on our list at number 4 is slow-moving escrow and closing processes. When you get under contract, the escrow process can sometimes take 30 to 60 days or even longer if there are any issues with financing or paperwork. And to make matters worse, if someone opted for a VA assumable loan, for an example, escrows can take up to a few months to record. The solution to this? To speed up the process, make sure all your documents are in order before you even make an offer. Be attentive and quick to respond to the flurry of paperwork that will come into your inbox from your agent, the lender, and the title company. This includes everything from providing to your lender your proof of income to tax returns, and partnering with a lender who specializes in Hawaii real estate can also make a big difference because they are very familiar, of course, with the local regulations and can move things along faster. Lastly, it's really important to stay in constant communication with your real estate agent and lender. The more responsive you are, the quicker the process will go. There are a lot of timelines and deadlines that have to be met when the process is underway. Missing those deadlines can have a major impact, not just on your closing date, but even losing the home. The next frustration that's very common here on the island that we're covering is concern of traffic congestion at number 5. We touched on this briefly, but living in paradise, of course, comes with its downsides, and traffic congestion is a big one, especially on Oahu. So if you work in Honolulu, but live in the towns like Eva Beach or Kapolei, expect long commute times during rush hours. So the solution to this, when you're house hunting, you absolutely will want to factor in your commute. So if you're planning to buy in an area further away from your workplace, make sure you understand the traffic patterns. And it's not just rush hour, but it's tourist traffic, it's school traffic. Make sure you also understand where the single roads are in case there aren't any other alternate routes. And the Windward Coast, going north of Kaneohe, is a perfect example of this. The new Honolulu rail system could be something to consider down the road, especially if you're planning to live in the western part of the island. Once hopefully it's fully operational, it should help reduce commute times for many, but we're still a long way out. At number 6, the next frustration with buying a home in Hawaii is the high cost of living. Now you've probably heard it before, but aside from the high real estate prices, Hawaii is known for its high cost of living, and inflation has only exacerbated the problem. Groceries, utilities, and even dining out are significantly more expensive than on the mainland. The solution? Budgeting is key here. When buying a home, make sure you account for not just the mortgage, but also higher everyday expenses. One way to reduce costs is by opting for a more energy efficient home, which can lower utility bills over time. Solar panels are incredibly popular here in Hawaii and can save you money in the long run, especially given the state's high electricity rates. As for groceries and other living expenses, people rely heavily on Costco and Amazon, as you can imagine. We do have big box stores like Target and Walmart, but except for Amazon, the price tag is usually a little more in all these stores than they would be on the mainland. Also consider homes that come with lower HOA fees or even no HOA at all. These additional costs can add up quickly. The next frustration on our list that homebuyers experience in Hawaii, and sitting at number 7, is complications with financing. Hawaii has some unique challenges when it comes to home financing, largely due to local regulations and restrictions on certain types of properties. The solution? It's really important to work with a lender who specializes in working with Hawaii buyers specifically. They'll know the ins and outs of local regulations and can help you navigate through things like leasehold versus fee simple properties, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Now, we did a series of interviews with one of the top lenders here in Hawaii that you may want to check out about learning about the obstacles to look out for and for benefits and types of loans available to Hawaii buyers. You can find the link to those videos in the description below. And another big frustration on our list is not so much the property tax, but insurance premium costs. Another big frustration for buyers in Hawaii is the high home insurance premiums in our flood zone areas and recent increases in hurricane insurance. Because we live on an island, it's prone to the possibilities of natural disasters like hurricanes and tsunamis, although we haven't seen any, and insurance rates are typically higher. And for buyers looking to purchase a condo, it can be very difficult to get certain types of insurance for certain condo towers that are required in order to get a loan as opposed to paying cash. And we're seeing a pretty big problem with this recently in Kaka'ako and Waikiki. This issue with condo insurance policies is a whole other topic that we could probably do an entire video on. The bottom line, if you're looking to buy a condo, make sure to ask your realtor about this. As for taxes, we actually have one of the lowest property taxes in the whole US. But because of the increasing value of the high-priced properties, homeowners can get hit pretty hard with surprise increases. Unfortunately, this was a common theme in 2023 when across the board there was a pretty hefty tax assessment increase on properties throughout the island. The solution to this? To manage the high insurance costs, get quotes from multiple insurance companies and consider bundling your home and auto insurance for discounts. And you definitely need to consider getting a home inspection before purchasing, right? As this can also reveal potential issues that might raise your insurance premiums. When it comes to property taxes, familiarize yourself with Hawaii's property tax exemptions, which can help reduce the burden. For example, if you're an owner-occupant of the home, if it's your primary residence, you can qualify for a tax break. So make sure you discuss this with the title company so you can apply for any available exemptions. After closing on your house, if you plan to live in the home as your primary residence, you should make sure to apply for your homeowner exemption. And at number 9 on our list of frustrations is the long commute times. We've already touched on traffic, but let's focus more on long commute times just briefly here. Now, if you live in the more affordable areas like Eva Beach or Kapolei, or further out west in Waianae, expect long drive times during rush hour into town and then heading out of town at the end of the workday. Especially on the H1, it can just turn into a parking lot, and it could take you an hour and a half if there's an accident, for example. And from 6:30 to 8:30 in the morning going east toward town, and 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. going west. The solution we've mentioned, make sure to plan your home search around your lifestyle and your work commute. Okay, now the 10th and final frustration we're covering is understanding the leasehold versus fee simple properties. In a nutshell, fee simple means you own both the property and the land it's on. Leasehold means you only own the property, the housing structure, but not the land, which means you lease the land for a set period of time. The solution to this, I strongly suggest you head over to the video that we did on the difference between leasehold and fee simple properties. But the short of it is, always consult with a real estate agent who understands these contracts. Leasehold properties often come with lower purchase prices, but you have to factor in the cost of the land lease, which can rise over time. Fee simple properties are typically a better long-term investment since you own the land outright, but they're also more expensive upfront. If you go the leasehold route, make sure you understand when the lease expires and what your options are when that happens. In some cases, you might be able to negotiate to buy the land, converting the property into fee simple. All in all, leaseholds make up a small percentage of transactions compared to fee simple sales. Okay, that's it for our list. Buying a home in Hawaii comes with its fair share of challenges, but it's definitely doable with the right strategy. Having the right game plan can help you find the perfect home for you and your family. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on Hawaii real estate. And if you have any questions or tips to share, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're thinking about moving to Hawaii, whether your move is in 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out. You can give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. We love it when people contact us to help buy and invest in Hawaii. Here at Home Sweet Home Hawaii, we're here to make your move as smooth and stress-free as possible. Mahalo for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Aloha.